Okay, B'siyata Dishmaya, in Parshas Vayelech, the Ramban explains a little bit different than Or Sameach that we spoke about today, in Shabbos Shuva, that in the end of days, the Jewish people will say, all those bad things that came to us, they found us ra'ot rabot v'tzarot, many bad things and many sorrows. And at that day, we're going to say, you know why this happened to us? Because Hashem is not in the midst of our existence. It means we left Hashem. It means we're doing tshuva. Yet Hashem says the next pasuk, and I will cover my face in that day and all the bad they did because they worship idols. So the Or Sameach explains that to leave the sin and not to do more sin, and to regret in Avodah Zorah, it's part of the obligation of the Avodah Zorah. It's not like a normal mitzvah, which to not to do the sin and stop the sins and in the future not to do means not doing in the past and future following Hashem. That's part of the mitzvah. But regretting and vidu and confessing, those two things are not part of the mitzvah. That's tshuva. So the Or Sameach says, but in Avodah Zorah, aziva, leaving the sin, and kabbalah atid, accepting in the future, and also regretting, it's all part of the mitzvah of the Zorah. Because if Hashem commands us totally to regret, to keep away, that's all part of the mitzvah. We don't need the mitzvah tshuva on that. So the mitzvah tshuva is confession. The Ramban follows the same way, but he says a little bit different. He says that when they say, oh, you know why all this happened to us? Because we don't have Hashem in us. He says that itself is not only aziva, stopping the sin, and not only accepting upon yourself in the future, kabbalah latin, not to do the sin, and not only regretting, it's also part of confessing. Because they said, when they said those things, this happened is because that's part of confessing. And he says, but it's not vidui sholem. It's not a complete vidui, because a complete vidui is to ask forgiveness. It's not recognizing the punishment, it's you have to ask forgiveness. Solachti slicha, forgive me. Avinu malkeinu chotonu lefonech, we sin, and we say, forgive and let go of us. And kapelon have an atonement to us. That's a vidui gomo. They do only part vidui. So therefore the Ramban says, if you look in the pasuk carefully, Hashem says like this, Va'anoichi aster ponai bayom hahu. I will cover my face on that day, which means it wouldn't be because we did bad, so when we didn't do any tshuva at all, so it will be ra'ot rabot v'tzarot rabot. Very bad things, a lot of iniquities, a lot of pain. Here, Hashem says, you know what? When we stop doing the sin of Avodah Zorah, and we regret and we confess, but not full confessing, not vidui sholem, Hashem only will cover his face. Which means he's not going to bring bad things on us. We're going to have a state, but not a complete geula, not a complete redemption. Only halfway. Will be hidden. Which means wouldn't be in a way that he takes care of us in a way that the whole world sees that we are the chosen nation. There's a hester. A lot of goyim see Hashem has chose the Jewish people as a chosen, but not everybody sees that. Why? Because we didn't do tshuva shleim. A lot of Jews, there's about 5 million religious Jews today in the world. You know that? Almost 5 million religious Jews. 5 million. It was never like maybe from the time of the Second Temple. 5 million Jews. Around in Israel, 2.5 million Jews or 3. Around the world, another 2 million. Look, the team, many levels. The conservative, the Orthodox, Shema Shabbos, and nowhere, yes, 5 million. Not reformed, no. Talk about Torah mitzvahs in different levels. They never lie like this forever. But we didn't do, it's only about 46%. Or 40, we need to have majority, or we need to have a tshuva shleim, a complete tshuva. So Hashem is not going to do any bad things, or he give us a state. They're going to want to beat us up. They're only a little bit shepherd up. So October 7, a little bit succeed. and then he helps us to win them. A lot of people we have casualties in the army, which is he's helping us, but with a cover. But when we're going to do Teshuva Shleima, a complete Teshuva Be'ezras Hashem, so then Hashem will uncover his cover, and he will erase a Jewish nation, as it says, Goy Kadosh, a holy nation. V'ivdalti eschem mikol ha'amim, I will separate you from all the nations, and the whole reality of the Jewish people will be a miraculous way. The whole Goyim will know that Hashem is Eloik Yisrael. Hashem Eloik Yisrael. God is the God of Israel. It's not. Today, if you look deep, you can see it. But it's always, Hashem is helping us. He got rid of the Chizballah, but it's in a hidden way, not a complete miraculous way. Why? Because we do tshuva. And we learn Torah. We didn't do vidu shalom, not a complete vidu, not a complete confession. Hashem should give us the bracha. They're able to do Shuva Shleima. That's what we say. Not Shuva, Shuva Shleima. A complete Shuva. Not Hashem requires from us. It's not enough. We need yeshiva and I'm religious. Great. So Hashem is not going to do bad things to you, but he's also going to cover his face to you. You have a reality of teva, of nature. Sometimes you fall, you lose money here, some this problem, signal. We want to be in a position that the Geula Shleima, complete Geula redemption, you have to do Tshuva Shleima. Hashem gives us the bracha. All of us will do Tshuva Shleima. We see the rebuilding of Beis Hamikdash, and Mashiach Tzidkenu will come speedily. In Amen, mamash.